comes in, you sing L'Chadodi, you welcome your extra soul for the next 24 hours. Or is it, and what is the oral? In Hebrew it's called Torah Shebichtav, Kotev is writing. Torah Sheba'al Peh, Peh means mouth. There was a written tradition and an oral tradition. Now the immediate question is, why do you need both? Why couldn't Moses have said the whole thing? Because, for example, if I ask you, I think it was 1962, a bestseller, was a new book in 1962 authored by a best-selling author, maybe he has 10 bestsellers. Herman Wouk, W-O-U-K. He wrote the only non-fiction book in 1962. It was called This Is My God, the Jewish Way of Life, whatever it is. Did anybody ever hear of that book? Okay. Did anybody read the book? Raise your hand if you read the book. See, this is what I like to do a lot of times. Because people heard like, what is it, John Gray's book? Men are from Mars, Women from Venus. So usually I ask, who heard of the book? Everybody heard of the book. Who read the book? Basically only women read the book. Men don't read the book. Only women read them. I read this. Oh, that's good. I like to get in touch with your feminine side, Ron. But meanwhile, usually when you have an audience of 100, you look out, you know, something like a Gallup poll, we do this for 10 years. So unfortunately, John Ray also got divorced, but that's another topic. The point is that there's oral and there's written. If it's something written, like the Bible, so it could be on a shelf one day in every motel, but it's written and it's on a shelf known. If it's an oral tradition, that means there has to be interaction. There's a teacher and a student. It has to be alive, moving. If it's written, it could be dead. So therefore the system is set up. And it says things like, you shall slaughter the animal as I have commanded you. In other words, Jewish ritual slaughter. That's different than non-kosher slaughter. But it doesn't say how to do it. It's the swim pipe, the food pipe, but it doesn't say how. Or it says other things like in Numbers chapter 15, verse 34. You see this here? Jewish People's Exhibit Aleph. This is as far as I'm going to go. It says there, have tassels or fringes on a four corners. Trying to explain the Bible. So that's the way the Bible of the Kabbalah, which is the Zohar, is that's really written. Yeah, because of Rabbi Isaac Luria. He lived in the 1500s, and after Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai, he's the one who really explained. Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai wrote 3 volumes. The Zohar is in 3 volumes. The Riyad Kabbalah is in 12 volumes, and 12 very difficult volumes. I saw one of the greatest Kabbalists. I heard it many times, Rabbi Ginsburg, and he is an expert and wrote so far maybe 8 volumes of commentary on the writings of the Ari, the Riyad Kabbalah. He said it's just very, very difficult. He's a guy who got a PhD in math and wrote the rest of the 19 years old. He's a crazy genius as a kid. And can't really generate any depth of emotion for this person. God is one of the few things that people don't learn any more about past the age of 8. From 8 to 98, people really don't learn. It's pretty much when you have your finished canonized definition. God is, and you can use the omnis, the omniscient, omnipotent, omnipresent, or all hyphen, all powerful, all seeing, all knowing. But beyond that, so we are supposed to everybody knows so much about so many things. But nobody teaching is that people ask questions, but nobody wants to get down into the meat and potatoes of how does it work. Well, there's an addition to perks for finding out about how God works, or how the being of God, is that essentially people, I just rather think people are 80% water or something like that, but they're even more than that, they're souls. That's the sense of humor, the character, the personality.